Hey beautiful people, welcome back to Wilder Path Farm. We are here in northern Canada and we do homesteading and gardening and everything in between. So I thought I could introduce you to our new additions to Wilder Path Farm. This one with the pink collar is Peach, and this is Clover. They are our Nubian dairy goats. We bought them from a friend of a friend, and they are currently 4 years old. Peach had twins this year, and Clover had triplets, which is great. They are fantastic mamas, and they're actually really good milkers. Yeah, we're really pleased and really happy to welcome them to our farm. They've been just such a pleasure to have, and they're also like super duper friendly, so they're like totally like a pet, but at the same time they give milks. Currently I actually have cheese going, and tonight we're going to make some milkshakes, so I'm quite excited to be able to have this new thing that we can use on a daily basis. So this is Miss Peach, and she's a very good girl. She's just chewing her cud, and they're very healthy. They're very sweet. I did forget about you. No, you're okay. And this is Clover. She's also chewing her cud. You're a very good girl, hey Sweepy? Sweepy, you're a very good girl, yeah. So this is kind of their fenced in area here. This is the solid fence that I have until we train them to electric netting, and then we can just like move them around in all our brush. They can enjoy all that. But for the time being, we chop some branches down and then they eat all these leaves. And just in here, we have their stall. We have their water buckets, their manure feeder, and some hay. We have more hay and our milk stanchion here. We just need to build a little step so that they can get up here more easily. But yeah, and then they have this little head gate, and it works fantastic. Nem and I were already super early risers, like 5 a.m. is typically when we do get up. So we've decided that we start milking at 6. It gives us a little bit of time to like talk, sit, chat, have coffee, and then we come out to the goat barn and milk our girls before he has to go to work. Now, of course, we could do it much later, but we both want to do this. This is not just a me thing, so we just do our milking just a little bit earlier. We only got these girls on Sunday afternoon, and it's Tuesday, so they're still very, very new to us. But currently at this time, they're super healthy. They produce a good amount of milk for us, and they're super duper well behaved. So we're more than happy. They're also really, really cute, and their colors are just so perfect. I can't wait to see their babies next spring. So Peach is like a red roan color, and then Clover is like a blue black roan. In the horse world, we would call that a blue roan. So there is a hay loft in this barn, and it's actually, there's an access point above me, and there's an access door outside to access that hay loft. Right now it's just storage, but we could definitely store some small squares up there. And then we have stacked some squares just behind me here. So like our plan is right here, we have to move out these shingles and such. So we're going to move these out, and I'll stack a couple more small squares here. Or if we don't get more small squares, I'll just roll around like a round bale in here and then pull flakes off and put it into their hay feeder. And then we will keep rounds stored outside on pallets and covered with tarps, obviously, to keep them dry and fresh for the girls. So far that's our plan. It's coming towards the end of gardening season, and I think this year I like really struggled with my soil and noticed that, you know, I really wish that I had my own compost, that I could just know 100% that there was nothing bad in it. And the chickens don't produce quite enough manure to be able to cover all of my raised beds, my in-ground garden space, and all of that. So we then came to the thought of, okay, we're probably going to need more animals to produce the amount of manure that we're going to need to put on the garden, to fertilize it, to amend it. So we were hemming and hawing about a bunch of animals. Of course, I definitely want to bring horses to the farm, but we are still a little bit far away from that, I think. We need to build like a proper shelter and secured fencing for that. Yeah, and it's not as like simple as these guys have been. But anyways, so we came up with the thought of getting dairy goats, and we talked it over with some friends of ours, and it just so happened that they knew someone who was selling dairy goats. 2 Nubians that were actually currently in milk. They had babies and they were great mamas, and it just checked all the boxes off for us. So we quickly scrapped together all of this. So we built their stall out of pallets. So these are pallets, and then we framed them. We secured them to the ceilings, and there's a floor plate. We had there's large horse mats down on the floor in here underneath all of the shavings. We also used a pallet for their hay feeder, and yeah. So we bought the T-posts, but we had the fencing on property left here. So we were actually able to throw most of this together quite quickly. Like, I think we had decided on the Tuesday that we wanted them. Wednesday I contacted the friend who was selling these beautiful ladies, and then by that Sunday we had them, which was great. They've been an absolute blessing. They're super sweet. It's nice to have like an animal that looks forward to seeing you, and I mean, like, they want food, but at the same time, like, they also want pets, whereas chickens just want your food. So yeah, they've just been so nice to have. And the chickens are all doing really good. There's some just taking a dust bath right now. They just got this new space yesterday, so they're enjoying it. Hi, ladies. Sorry, I gave you your food already. It's quite hot out today, so everyone's kind of been in the shade. This is my actually intro cage to introduce new chickens to the flock, and I just decided to use it as a little shade shelter for them for now. And they like to go up here. Hey, sweetie, you're so pretty. Look at your fluffy feet. Look at your fluffy feet. Hey, sweetie. They are super close to laying. I'm probably going to be saying that for a couple weeks, so probably just jinxed myself. But they are getting close to laying age, so we're really excited to get our first eggs. The garden is looking absolutely amazing. Look at those sunflowers. My brother was visiting last week and said that they looked fake because they were so beautiful. These are multi-headed, so this will be really pretty. And my cucumbers are still not doing the best, but you know what? It is what it is at this point. I'm getting a couple here and there. It's not the worst thing in the world. There are a couple extra plants in here, and we will see if maybe we can get something. There is a lot to harvest in this garden right now, and I definitely think I'm gonna have to do a whole separate video on just harvesting like Look at these beans. So many beans. And there's ripe tomatoes, more bush beans, and so much stuff that's just ready. I also got this new harvest basket thanks to my dad. So it just makes it a little bit easier to get, like just bring in a whole lot of stuff, because this is quite a bit. Like this is the size of my hand. Like, look at this trellis. It's just perfect with the beans. I love it. And the tomatoes in here are now completely ripe, so I definitely have quite a few to pick in here. Just so awesome. And this spoon tomato is just going crazy in here. I've also just kind of put like different color zinnias all over, and they're just so pretty. Like over here I have orange, pink, the multicolored pink. There's also like a peachy pink here. So pretty. And we've got a purple, and we have a pretty sunflower here. It's gonna be like a purpley red. Then these guys have multi-heads, which is awesome. And just look at that. So pretty. Hey, Peachy. You have the rest of it in your pen. Do you just want attention? You just want attention. That's all it is. Such a good girl. You're a good girl too. Alright, so before I forget, let's check on the chicks in the brooder. Hi guys. Hi. So they're getting much bigger now. I'm saying hi. They were drinking a lot of water. Decided to train them to this big nipple water. And then essentially my plan is they're way too small to be put in with our current flock, because our flock is like 4 times their size right now. I think what I'm gonna do is put them in the chicken tractor that we raised our meat birds in, and then put the chicken tractor inside the electric net where the other chickens like have their space for that week. Then that way the baby chicks are protected from predators, and they can take a long time to adjust to the new flock. It does take a while for new chickens to get integrated really, really well into a flock. But yeah, so that's my plan. Hopefully it works out. We've been super busy chopping up firewood because we're hoping to fill this like whole area back here. Firewood. And then just here on the side of the house, we want to put like a little roof on this and then use this as extra firewood storage. Plus, I'm also thinking of maybe putting in an additional shed like on one of the walls of the house, or just really against it, to kind of make like getting wood in the like really cold weather a little bit easier. But I mean, this lean-to slash garage is like really close to the house, and that little storage area is just off of this lean-to on the other side of this wall here. So I mean, it's not too far to go, but we definitely want to make sure we have plenty of firewood for the winter, because here in Canada we have quite cold winters and they last a long time. So we're hoping that we can rely like 90-ish% on the wood, and then we do have a dual furnace where it does oil and wood, depending on what you set it to. So, but hoping that we can rely on the wood. I think this is where we're gonna end the vlog today. So let's welcome Clover and Peaches to the farm family. Yeah, so I gotta go in and cook dinner, and then we do an evening milking with these lovely ladies. So I'll try to get a couple clips of the milking this evening. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, like, comment down below. It really helps me out in the algorithm to share my content with like-minded people, and also people who just enjoy this farm life. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.